So the Toronto Raptors decide to draft another player who has a similar skill set to Scotty Barnes. And I'm mostly okay with this. I'm partially not okay with this because this team still refuses to address their need for a center and their need for rebounding. But hopefully, they'll address that on day two of the draft or at some point in the offseason because if they don't, they will be deservedly chastised by the fan base for refusing to balance the team out to where they can properly be a contender. But I've addressed that in other videos and I'll probably address that in other videos in the future. Right now, I have to say, because I'm late to do this right now, welcome to the team, Alan Graves. He gives this team what they need, and it's balance in the sense of, what Scotty has to offer. Because now Scotty doesn't have to carry the burden of doing everything. It can be the responsibility can be distributed a little bit more. Scotty doesn't have to run himself into the ground, and he can be preserved for the playoffs. And we all saw what he did in the playoffs. We all saw also what CMB did in the playoffs. These three guys share a similar skill set, and this only makes this team stronger. Now, obviously, the questions of, well, there's only one basketball. How are you going to make this work? Well, there were questions of how they were going to make this work with Brandon Ingram, Scotty, RJ, and Quickly. And, well, two of those guys had to sit out in the playoffs to see the potential. But there's potential with this team. And if Alan Graves can be what Scotty currently is right now, because they're both similar. They both came off the bench. Scotty more so was looked down a little bit more because he was drafted higher, but Alan Graves doesn't have to deal with that pressure. He can come in here, he can be a little bit one-dimensional, but he can pass, he can defend. He's a two-way player. He's physical. He has an NBA ready body. He fits the mold that this team likes of a 6'7" player with a 7-foot wingspan. So this seems to be, well, it doesn't seem to be. No, it definitely is something that they're sticking with, which is frustrating. Again, that's why I was partially against it. They need that center, but let me stop. I said I was going to address that in another video, and I've also addressed it in other videos. So, but let me get back to this. Again, responsibility distributed, and it's Plan C. It's Plan C. CMB is Plan B because if Scotty decides to leave in the future, and I can see this team planning to where they don't want to have to gut themselves and have to build from the ground up. So this is a smart move. Don't try and put all your eggs in one basket. And hopefully, because we saw the progression of Scotty Barnes, maybe this guy who's mostly a bench player in college will hopefully turn into the player that Scotty has shown that he can be right now. Now, I don't know if that made sense. Hopefully he can evolve into what Scotty currently showed you he can be in these past playoffs. And I think that's pretty much it. I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you think this was a necessary move? Do you think that they should have looked for a center? Because let me say this guy can also shoot. 41.9%. Now, his accomplishments, freshman of the year, sixth man of the year, first team in the WCC, and all freshmen in the WCC. That came against all right competition, nothing to brag about. His 3-point shooting, it's like, but then again, there aren't really that many teams in the NBA to be afraid of. It's mostly the referees that the Raptors have to be afraid of, and that's something I'm kind of worried of with this guy being a physical player because he's a rookie and the referees are not going to allow him to get away with too much. So this is going to be a difficult first year, knowing what the Raptors have to deal with when it comes to the referees and just the NBA as a whole. to where they're gonna be handcuffed and have to try and maneuver and fight an uphill battle every game. But I see the potential again. And again, do you guys think that this was the right the right draft pick? Do you think that maybe they'll package this guy up in some sort of deal? Um, do you think that they should have gone with what I wanted and what not just what I wanted, but what the team really needs, and that's a center and some rebounding? Leave it in the comments below. I think that's everything that I need to say. Yeah. I mean, obviously the comments are right there for you guys to point things out if I forgot anything. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace and God bless. Also, wait. I forgot if I said this, but welcome to the Raptors, Alan Graves. You you have the potential to be something because we already saw it in Scotty Barnes. Let me just end the video now. I'm just gonna keep repeating myself. So again, see you guys next time. Peace and God bless.